19 and 5.
We're doing the medal awards at 103 pounds. Of course, in 6th place was Ryan Hearn from Eureka. 5th place, Brandon Pagorsh from Harrington. 4th place, Shane Bird from Plainville. 3rd place, Dustin Warner from Smith Center. And of course, 2nd, Doyle Hart from West Graham. And our champion, Britt Brandyberry from Norton Community High School.
Once again, we're ready for the 119-pound weight class. This will be Gabe Jenkins of St. Francis and Josh Knoll of Stockton. This is a repeat once again of last week's regionals. That must have been a fun regional. Yes. Phillipsburg regionals, and Jenkins won that one over Knoll.
That's always a fun regional.
Well, a lot of talented wrestlers.
Gabe, of course, was 2nd as a freshman. He got 4th last year, and he's going for his state championship here as a junior. He'll be back next year. You know, a lot of people felt like St. Francis kind of didn't live up to expectations last week. They only brought 2 boys to state, but they scored a lot of points, which means that they had a lot of kids beaten out in that last consolation semifinal match. So I wouldn't count St. Francis as dead yet.
Jenkins in the green, Knoll wearing blue. No score, 1:25 on the clock. Several people were surprised at St. Francis only bringing 2 to state, but I think part of that was caused by illness.
That's possible. They had a boy at 25 that was seeded in the top 4 and wasn't able to place. And good wrestler. His name is Oakshner. He's a good wrestler. He was here last year, as I recall, and he'll be back next year.
Still no score, 45 seconds on the clock. 2 very talented wrestlers. Jenkins coming in 32 and 1, Knoll coming in 19 and 5. Jenkins being coached by Larry Gable up at St. Francis. Stockton coach is Keith Hall.
Jenkins' only loss this year was to a 4-time state placer from Colorado. He took 2nd in their state tournament out there this year, so he's beat some pretty good people. He won the Hayes tournament. He won the St. Francis tournament. He's a tough wrestler. Of course, his dad is the assistant coach there at St. Francis. He and Larry have been up there for 22 years coaching together.
We end the first period, no score. We were expecting a good match, and they haven't let us down. Gabe Jenkins and Josh Knoll were at the 119-pound weight class. This is 3-2-1A state championship wrestling from Gross Memorial Coliseum. You're watching Smoky Hills Public Television. This will be Josh Knoll in the up position now in blue. Gabe Jenkins in green from St. Francis. You know, for only having 2 wrestlers here, St. Francis brought a crew of fans with them.
Oh, yeah, they like their wrestling up there in St. Francis, and they've got 2 boys here. They're going to be here supporting them. That's kind of the way it is up there.
1:47 on the clock. No score in this match.
Nice standing switch. Jenkins is able to come on around behind and get his 2.
Finally, some points on the board. 1:30 on the clock, 2-0. Gabe Jenkins with the first 2 points.
Jenkins did a real good job of setting that up, come up to his feet, started peeling the hands, and hit that standing switch really, really hard, and that's the best way to do it. Trying to go for that cross-face cradle now.
And they're off the mat. The official will bring him back to the middle. 1:06 on the clock. We're in the second period. Jenkins has just a 2-point lead now, 2-0 over Josh Knoll of Stockton. Josh Knoll will be down in the blue. Gabe Jenkins in the top position, in the up position, wearing green. Both of these guys are juniors.
Jenkins is trying to get into a situation where he can use that chicken wing to turn Knoll over. Referee Aaron Adams is trying to make sure it doesn't become illegal.
How much does their familiarity with each other and wrestling styles play into this championship match?
Well, of course it plays into it, John, but to quote one of my old coaches here at Fort Hays State, if you do what you do better than he does what he does, you win. And that's what it all comes down to. I may know exactly what you're going to do, but if I do my moves better, then I can probably overcome your moves. And it plays a part in their strategy. For instance, I'm sure that Knoll knows that Jenkins likes to use that cross-face cradle and then go into that Turk move that he tried there at the end of the first period.
Well, the score remains 2-0 now. Jenkins holds on to that precarious lead. We go into the third period.
Knoll, of course, feels like he's better off on his feet, that he can come closer to taking him down than he can to reversing him, so he takes a neutral position here. You know, if Knoll scores these 2 points, we go into an overtime. We've had a lot of those in this tournament, John.
I really think we had more overtimes this year than we have in the past couple of years.
I don't
anyway.
remember when I've ever seen that many overtimes. And of course, the overtime nowadays, you have 2 minutes on your feet. Sudden death. If nobody wins, then one wrestler goes down and one goes up. And if the top wrestler stays on top for 30 seconds, he wins. If the bottom wrestler gets away, he wins.
1:15 on the clock. Still a 2-point match. Gabe Jenkins has that lead.
Just can't get anybody to get in there and feel like they got enough open space to really drive for one. Of course, Jenkins is being cautious right now because he doesn't want to blow that 2-point lead. Of course, Knoll wants to get in there, but he doesn't want to give up another 2 points, so he's not probably driving as hard as he might.
We've got just under a minute left.
And those for St. Francis smoke smell the end coming. They got a double warning for stalling there. They don't feel like either one of these guys is doing what he should be doing. And they're probably right.
30 seconds on the clock. We're in the third period. Jenkins has the 2-point lead. Knoll's trying to make something happen here. Jenkins just not giving him an opening.
Into that Russian. He looked like he was in trouble, but he had control of that arm, and that enabled him to reach through there and kick that leg out from under Knoll and put him down for the takedown.
Well, that's just what Knoll didn't want to happen. With just 8 seconds on the clock, Jenkins picks up another 2 points. 4-0 now.
And that's going to do it. We're going to finish it up there.
We were expecting a close match, and it was very, very close. The 119-pound championship match. The championship will go to Gabe Jenkins of St. Francis over Josh Knoll of Stockton.
You hate to say it was closer than the 4-0 score indicates, but it was.
At this time, please bring
I believe they're ready to award the